Okay, it's showtime. Like they say, I want to welcome everyone. I'm not sure you can see. Okay. Please confirm if you can hear me. Just type, I can hear you. I need like 5 persons to do that. Okay, okay, okay. Can you also see my screen? All right. Thank you, Mercy. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, I'm seeing that people are really on fire in this room and it's exciting. My name is Michael Adeshola, and you are going to be knowing more than my name very shortly. For those who are probably just hearing my voice for the first time, I am somebody you should know. Yes, and I say that with all form of humility, but I really feel you should know the man behind the name, Michael Adeshola. You've heard from our lead faculty from this journey, Dr. Victor, is a man you should know. You're going to be hearing more from him very shortly, right? So I'm trying to make this both formal and informal at the same time, right? So I'm trying to make this formal and informal at the same time. But the goal really is see this as a formal matriculation and onboarding, or whatever you want to call it. And the goal really is to intimate ourselves with what the journey is going to be like in the next 12 weeks and to know what is ahead of us, to know how to prepare for it, and to know those who are going to be walking the path with. Those are the three things: what the journey ahead of us, what will it require, and who are the people we're going to be going with. So, those are the three things I want to explore in another 20 or 30 minutes, and then I would bring in the other speaker, right? We did this last year. We had, I think we had a lot more number than this. And in fact, the first one we didn't even ask anyone to pay because an average data analysis program today costs about maybe 200 from a decent data school in Nigeria. Outside the shore, even if they put it at £200, if you convert that to Naira, you have a lot more than 200,000. So I say that to say asking people to pay what you have paid is not the cost of this training. And I say that to say I want to implore everyone with all due respect that please let us both respect this institution, let us respect what brings us together, and don't let us attach too much importance to how much we may have paid. And I say that with all sense of carefulness, because it is what it is. Once people put their money behind something, there is a sense of entitlement, sometimes that makes them to even step outside the boundary of regulations. So please, I want to beg you up front. Let's be gentlemen and ladies in the room. Let's work together as one. Don't let us be, how some funny people can be, right? So let's do this. What we are here for is learning. Don't let us quote policies and laws and it will be unnecessary. Right. So let's just focus on the goal and just get it done. Right. So look into this room. We have about 100 person in this room. That was the number of people I wanted in the room. But we currently have about, I think, 120%. What that means is two things. For those who didn't get in early, they probably didn't get into this class. That's one. What it also means is we will not be starting class by 4:15. Class start by 4:16:00. I'm going to get to that too shortly. And the third thing it means is we may change the platform we want to use for our training, and that will be communicated. So we may move either from this Google, we may have to move to Microsoft Teams. But I'll discuss that with the admin, and then we'll decide on the platform we want to move to. So just in case, if you know anyone who couldn't get into the room, we're going to make the recording available to them. But of course, subsequent class has to be on Wednesday. We're going to ensure that everyone is accommodated. And I need to also apologize for that. Right. So data analysis means different things to different persons. For some of us in this room, this is a channel to economic emancipation. I mean, to improve our finances, by developing this skill so much so that we can sell it in a place where it can be rewarded in a tangible way that makes us. And I bet it, if you have to pull a pool, maybe 60% may fall into that block where they just need something that could hit their standard of living at this point. And is that a bad thing to do? That's a noble thing to do. That is an honorable thing to do. To say, what can I do? What can I improve? Can I get better at to improve on my standard of living? Please, I may be prone to remove people who are disturbing the peace of the class. What that will mean is you did not respect everybody in this room. If you don't know how to keep your mute button in check, you do not respect all of us, and you feel that you can use technology device to tamper with our sanity. I may be prone to remove you. So please, let's be guided. I'm not usually like that, but let's be that upfront so that everybody is in check. So for some of us, this is what it is. You just feel, what else can I do? What else can I try my hands on? And that's noble. That is truly noble. Very, very good of you to have chosen that path. For some of us, this is just, some people are passing time. I had some number of people called me. I'm just in this space, just find something to, do with this time. So for some people, this is passing time. Is that also bad? No, it's making productive time of your waiting period, productive use of your waiting period. That is also noble. To some persons, this is a journey to another journey for them. Maybe you want to be a machine learning expert, or you want to be a proper data scientist, and you feel, can I start from here and then grow from it? If you also fall in that part, it also means that you know what you are doing. But the gist is, regardless of whatever block you fall into, what this means basically is, it doesn't mean that you will make it to the end of the program. Whether you are doing it to improve your standard of living, hopefully, and I say hopefully, and honestly, I honestly mean hopefully, with every sense of honesty, hopefully, right? And I won't have time to explore on that. Or maybe you are just passing time, or maybe this is a phase for you to move to the phase you desire. None of this reason is sufficient to say that you are going to complete this program. Somebody reach out to me and say, I would have loved to be part of it, but I don't have the money, I don't have the time, and I don't have the discipline. And I was grateful, that the person who say that he doesn't have the discipline, that's the person being honest. And I simply told the person, because I know him a bit, and I also hope he's in this room. I told him frankly, you have the money, you have the time, what you need to go and look for is the discipline. And he agreed. He eventually paid, I also hope he has gotten the discipline. If he has, he will be in this room. That I'm not sure. So I went there to say that the end of a matter, they say, is better than the beginning thereof. So I'm actually not here to preach to you, to say to you, to encourage you to, do it, don't drop off, get to the end, right? Really, we are all adults in this room. Whatever you do, if you like, finish. If you like, drop off tomorrow. Decisions, they say, make men. I just want to point it out to you that look at all of us here. I can come back in the 12th week, and I will be surprised if 1/3 of this class made it to the end of the program. I will be personally surprised if 1/3 of this room makes it to the end of the program. So maybe the first person that will drop off is you. I mean, I have programs, I have courses that cost hundreds of dollars that I've paid for, that I'm part of, that I lack commitment to. So I'm saying that it's not going to just even be because you didn't pay so much. I personally have things I've paid for so heavily, but that I'm faring badly at when it comes to my commitment to it. So what that means is life will throw many commitment at you. So it's left for you to decide if this is really important to you as you claim it is. And like I said, my part is really not to encourage you to be serious. I didn't hold you that much. So if you want to be, please be. If you don't want to, well, the Lord be with you till we meet again. So, but for those who will stay with us to the end, they are the one I want to talk to, because I don't want to lie to myself that you will be here at the end of this program. I'm not sure you will be. But if you are sure you will, maybe you should help me and tell me and bet with me that I will be here at the end of the program. You can type it in the chat box if you are so sure of it. Then while you're doing that, let me move on my slide. Let me move on my slide. Okay, so this is actually meant to be a brochure. I'd earlier promised that it's going to be shared, but just at the dying minute, the program coordinators suggested we throw in some other few things. So that's why I've not shipped this to your end. And so I'm going to do that. Okay. The person I'm talking of say he's in class, and I'm impressed. He said he's in class. Okay. 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 I'm seeing a lot of people making that commitment to themselves. I honestly hope that you stay true to that commitment. So I'm going to shift this up to us in the course of the week, so that we can have some of the things that we wrote here. So I'm just going to run through few of them real quick, and then maybe take a question or two. So what you will be talking to me about, basically, I'm not the one that will be training you on how to use Excel, but I will be the one to train you how to excel with it. No pun intended, right? So maybe a little of my background, if it's necessary. Yes, no pun intended. Yeah. So I've been around tech space. So today I serve as the chief operating officer at Belema FinTech. So Belema is a financial technology company in Nigeria. So we have a switching and processing license. I'm not sure everyone may be familiar with that. And this is my 12th year in the corporate space. I was with First Bank for the first 6 years, took a career break to pursue some entrepreneurship stunts. We didn't work out, so I moved back to 95, joined Unified Payment. So, but largely, I think I've earned some years in the corporate space, and I can speak to few things about how to channel your journey by the few wisdoms I've gleaned in that over 1 decade. So, see me as your body, see me as your career coach, see me as basically the chief servant officer in here. Yes, but like I said to you, I sincerely also hope to make some meaningful connections with some of us in this room, because I believe so much in people. And I also even believe that there are people in this room who have gone farther than me. And I say that with all sense of seriousness, who I may also need to learn one or two things from. But I believe strongly that I'm also someone you can learn one or two things from. So basically, where you will see me majorly is when it comes to driving employability, when it comes to driving, where to look at, where can you trade your skills for the highest earning. That's the part where you will need me the most. For the skill training, we have our training partner, Vivid Explorer, which is being headed by our dear Dr. Victor Adekunle, who I will be bringing in very shortly. So this probably just have a run through of what the curriculum looks like. Maybe I may also leave that part to him when he come into the room. So you see what we are, but basically, so we have four major quadrants for this. So we are running Microsoft Excel, we are running Power BI, we are running SQL, and then we are running employability program. So the fourth one is where you will see me the most. That's where I'm most interested in, because a lot of people have been trained and they've not gotten the job. A lot of people have the skill and they couldn't translate it to cash. So there's also that lacuna in talent development around how do you then turn your skill into something of what that can earn you and fetch you money. So that is also part of the training. It's been said this will run for for 12 weeks. That's 3 months, and this four block will be captured in these 4 weeks. The training will happen twice a week, Wednesday night, evening, and then Saturday, 4 p.m., Wednesday, 7 p.m. Like I said, we're going to ship this brochure to you. So you're going to see the breakdown of the things we're going to be doing. So that would come to you this week. Yeah. So it has all of the things we're covering in Excel. It has all the things we're covering in Power BI, and it has all the things we're covering in SQL, and is also what will be covering in the employability training, employability enhancement program for you as a data analyst. So see this as something you should look forward to. See it as something you should get excited about. Even though excitement is not a strategy, I would also encourage you to have a strategy in place to ensure that you make it to the end of the program. In the brochure I'm sending your way, you also see some of our facilitators, some of the mentors that we may be bringing in. If you are the last cohort, you are probably familiar with Busola Jao. We're going to be having her for our mentor moment. I'm going to talk about that shortly. So we have a race of facilitators coming in from different walks of life who have done this again and again and can really show you how to go around it. So, but like I said, so do you have a proper view of it that is going to be sent across? Um, so that's it basically. Another thing we plan to do is to yeah, concerns around people who may have to be at work and then they cannot attend classes. We are looking out for the best student. What we are going to give and do for the persons, we're going to announce it. But one of the things we put out on the flyer is that we're going to be giving out laptops. Yes, we meant it. And that's why I say to you that whatever money you have paid, it doesn't really have, doesn't match up with the value. Can you still hear me?
Yes, we
Anyone?
can hear you now. Yeah, we
Awesome.
can hear you now.
Awesome. Okay. Okay. So where was I? Yes. So things we're gonna give, right? Yes. So we're looking out for the best student. Like I said, we have some weight in the industry. That's the point. That's the truth. We have some weight, and we are really seeing and looking out for people that can also make us proud. That we can say, hey, we trained this person. This person came from our academy. So as much as you can be. Try and be in class as much as you can be. Try and do every project and put it out at time it is expected. So just so that when it's easier for us to support behind, or this group of persons should be those who should put our support behind, right? So that's that on that. I don't know if I take questions now or I let Dr. Victor come up and then, or I should just, okay. So let me take another maybe 4, 5, 10 minutes. If you have any question around the things I've said, not things I've not said, around the things I've said, and then I would answer questions around the curriculum will be answered by Dr. Victor when he comes on now. So this is just basically about the overall arrangement of the program. Overall arrangement of the program. So for those who could, yes, is a fully virtual program. We're not running on site in any way, twice a week, like I've said earlier. If you mix a class, we do not, yeah, let me say this, we do not promise you a replay. Yes, and I'm saying that with all sense of seriousness, so that you don't answer me for replay. We do not owe you replay for classes that you miss. However, we are going to try is the word I use. We're going to try to make the replay available in the course of the week. We are not promising you replay for sessions that you miss. It is great that you're in class, practice it as the lecturer is talking about it, ask questions real time. So we are not going to share recording, we're only going to put it on our YouTube channel, and it may not come immediately, right? So I will encourage you to just be around. Okay, thank you. So yes, one or two, maybe take 2, 3 questions, then I'll bring in Dr. Victor. So if you want to ask a question, just raise your hand so I know the number of people I have and then I know what I'm up for. If you don't raise your hand now, I may not take you again. So that you not say you raise your hand, I didn't call you. So I want to know the number of people's hand up. So I have 5 of them. 5 of them. Five. Where everybody sees five. Oh. 6 now. Once the first person start asking, please, whatever other questions you have, just go to your email, just type it, send it to techintransit@gmail.com. So I also understand that my number is on the group. Some people have my contact already, but I want to plead with us, please, let's send the email we send out has a phone number. That's our admin number, and it has an email. Please send it to, please, me too. I am somebody's family member. I cannot probably attend to all the chats and all. So please, when you have any inquiries, send it to that email. They will respond to you. Another thing you could do, and Dr. Victor will be speaking to that, we're going to make administrative assistants available for all of us so that you have people as admin that you could reach out to real time to help you solve any issues that you have. Yes, I love that you can chat me or reach out, but please tender justice with mercy. I can't probably attend to everyone. Please, I also like to say that I love intelligence. one of my core value is intelligence. Please don't be offended. One of my core value is intelligence. And I love it when people ask me intelligent questions. If a question is not intelligent, don't ask it. See, one of the ways you can quickly put yourself off or put yourself down, they say immediately a man open his mouth, they already know what is a wise man or is foolish. Immediately a man open his mouth. That's why they say sometimes that silence is golden, right? Oh, let's be intelligent. Let's ask intelligent questions. Let's ask questions that can move us forward, that can make us a better person. And don't let's waste other people's time with the kind of question we're asking. It's important. Thank you. So let's take questions and then I will be out of your face. Who is that? Abdul Kodil Sabia. I hope I haven't murdered the name. Please go on. If you can turn to your video, let's see your face if you don't mind. Yeah. But yes, real quick. 1 minute, please.
Right. Um, Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, I want to uh, thank you very much, but I want to ask that the uh, program, like, is there any procedure that because I happen to be in the first cohort and something happened. So I was active at the beginning, very very much active, and following the class. So when it got to a time, I couldn't meet up. Like I was hospitalized for about 3 weeks. So, and in fact, I even asked them to bring my laptop to the hospital along the line. So, and we were given one assignment then, which even at the hospital. So I tried to do. It was about five assignments I think. But I did, and I tried to report to one of the admin then, telling them issue. But it looks like the issue were too much, like maybe I'm bothering them or something. So later, so I just gave up along the line that it's not it's not like you cannot stop class or this thing because of this person. So and I try to explain I've done 3 out of the work, I'm still in the hospital, this and that. So and it
Abdul,
didn't work out like that.
let me
So
take it from there. Let me
so
take
I
it
want to
from
ask
there. We don't have all the time. So I think I get where your drift is. Thank you. Please, for others who will be asking questions, please ensure that you communicate your point in a minute, right? So yes, I'm sorry that that happened to you while that program was going on. I'm really indeed sorry about it, right? However, this is not a self-paced program. It is tech in transit paced program. So we want you to do this in the next 12 weeks. So if anything comes in the midst of that to affect your pace and your progress, we currently don't have the resources to ensure that you keep up with it when you're back, whether it's an act of God, whether it is circumstances you can control or you could not. As an organization and the way this training is set up, we really cannot right now aid anyone to make it self-paced. So in 12 weeks, we're going to run this. I'm praying for all of us that we're going to be in good health and sound mind to be able to do this. And if life emergencies pop ups like they do sometimes, like I said, the best you could get maybe the recordings or other things. And if you could great at building relationship, you can get into get to meet any of the facilitators or some people did that actually at the last cohort. And maybe we're going to get there where we talk about relationship, but maybe but really we don't have any provision in place to aid anyone who may not be able to meet up. The best we'll have is those recordings. But like I said, nothing is cast on concrete. The people you are dealing with, the people running these things are human beings. So maybe on a personal level, if you can reach out to them or get some, but as an institution, we really don't have that um, instrument to drive that safe pace for anyone right now. I hope I answered. Believe, please ask your question in 1 minute.
Okay.
Hello.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I just joined the class along the line because I was struggling to join. My question is, are we going to use any other platform going forward because it's difficult to join once the Google Meet is filled up? And I wouldn't want to just watch recording. I like being in live classes so I can ask questions and
Believe,
interact.
thank you so much. Let me sincerely apologize for that. So we've set out for a particular number, but some people came back and say, "Yeah, please, help us, let us get in and all." So more people joined in against what we booked. This class was designed for 100 persons. Basically, I wasn't going to go beyond that, but we have more people now. So, like you said, you joined late because we couldn't let you. So we said we're going to move to a bigger platform. So I'm considering we go into Microsoft Teams, but whichever one we decide on, we're going to communicate it before the next class. So yes, again, we are very sorry about that. Thank you.
All right.
Samuel, Abiodun, please go on with your question. Mr. Samuel there. Okay. I move to Joy Peters.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is
Okay.
Samuel Abitola.
Good afternoon.
Actually, I've carefully listened to all that you've said, but my question is all about information. How do we
Okay.
get, let's take an instance, you give us some question now. How do we get the soft copy? How do we respond and all that stuff? Will all that be sent to us or how? I just want to get that clear.
I will
That's all.
honestly say that I love your question. I honestly say that I really don't think you should bother yourself with that yet. So the modality will be communicated, but we have figured it out. Projects are going to be given, data set are going to be shared, that's what are going to be designed, and how you're going to submit it for inspections have all been designed. So how that we run, we also be shared. But yes, it's been figured out too. Yeah. So it will be communicated. Thank you, sir. Joy Peters.
Okay, good evening, Mr. Michael. I just want to find out if there will be assessments or tests during the course of the training. That's just what I want to find out.
So assessment come in form of projects. So you're going to be given projects to do. So that's what. So it's not the. So and let me also add this. Tech skills are project based. They're practical based. It's not theory. We're not going to be asking you what is a column, what is a what does this function do. We'll only ask you to use that function to do what it does. So basically, there's no test, there's no exam. The text are going to be the project. So after each, excuse me, after each learning, so project are going to be given that matches what you have learned so that you demonstrate that skill on that project. So it's project-based assessment. Yes. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Please mute your mic, please.
So
Please
please,
mute.
I want to know if there's provision for
Please
we that
mute
work
your
in
mic.
the home.
Please mute your microphone. I'll call you when it's your turn.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. Egbonwo Oluwole, please go on with your question.
Okay, Mr. Michael, good afternoon or
Yes,
good
sir.
evening. Thank you for all what you do. I was part of the conversations this morning since you started. The question is that as a beginner like me, what package are we to install on our computer laptop so that when we are learning, we should know
Maybe
how to do the practical at the same time so that we won't lag behind.
Dr. Victor will be answering that question very shortly. Yes, so we're going to get into that. It's part of what we're going to get into. Yes, that brochure I shared had those things on it. Yes, so we got you covered in that area.
Okay, Thank you.
Yes, sir. Mr. Benson, please go on with your question. Hi, Benson.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so my question is this, like from what you said earlier, I want to be sure of the certainty about recordings. You know, you said you're like we shouldn't be entitled to video. So, but to be truthful, one would not catch everything in class. So I would want to ask,
Okay.
let's say maybe 80% of the videos will they be available for each classes, or what you're saying probably they may not, maybe circumstance, maybe probably times when maybe network issues. And also I also want us to look into what about if I'm in class, I'm having network issues, so is there an assurance
Benson,
on
let
the
let me answer. Thank you. So yes, we're actually going to make the video available on our channel so people can view. So that's in place actually. It's part of the plan.
all right, thank you very much, sir.
Yes, Madam Olufumi Lola, please. You can go on now. Are you see there?
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
My question is for we that work Monday to Saturday, like I am in the office right now. Even I use my phone for office work. So any
Okay.
solution for can we have Sunday class?
Can you?
Have class on Sunday?
Oh no, so the way this program is designed, we don't have classes on Sunday. This program is designed for Wednesday and Saturday. So we don't have Sunday class.
Okay, on Wednesday, what's the time for
7
class?
p.m.
I don't know if you can consider because at 7 p.m. I'll be in Francis.
You can always watch the recording.
Okay,
Yeah, thank you.
thank
All right, ma'am. Oreolua, please ask your question.
Hello, good evening. I was going to ask the same question that Mrs. Oluwafunmilola asked, sorry, because I got knocked out a couple times, so I didn't get the days that you said that the classes were going to hold. But now I think I'm hearing that you said Wednesday and Saturday.
Yes.
Those are the 2 days, just those 2 days.
Hello.
Hello, sir, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I was asking just those 2 days, right?
Yes, 2 days.
Okay, all right, thank you.
All right. Okay. Billy Keys Olaraju, please ask your question.
Yeah, good afternoon. I just wanted to ask if it's still possible for someone to join the class, like someone that has registered before now. Is it possible for such person to register after this time out and join the class? Is it still possible?
That's tricky. That's tricky. That's really tricky. We closed our theme yesterday. Some people came back. We brought in more people, and we're here. So what I would do is find my number or send me a message on WhatsApp. It's not a question I want to answer. It's not a yes or no. Because as far as I'm concerned, we have started. So anyone who hasn't gotten in they may have to wait till whenever next this is happening.
It's all right. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, Stephen Jolayemi.
Yeah, hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hello. Yes, sir. Okay. I just want to appreciate you for this the class that has been organized. So I just want to have more like are you going to be giving us like, maybe some raw data along the line so that we can be practicing during the week, so that we don't need to wait
Oh,
only
sure,
till,
sure. We're
okay,
going to have things you work
okay.
with throughout.
Someone will keep us occupied.
You
Then
will.
sorry, I think we need to check the platform because I joined from the beginning, but along the line, my internet fluctuated. Then I find it difficult to rejoin back again. So luckily, maybe somebody to just get off, then I quickly join him back again. So maybe we should look for a second one to take it up with you.
Yes, yes. We'll make that platform available next class so that we can freely accommodate as much as we're really sorry about that.
Sorry, okay. Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
yeah.
All right.
Okay, so that's it. Thank you everyone for that. So please, if you have any other question, you can send a mail or reach out to that phone number in your email and you will surely get a response. So at this point, I would bring in Dr. Victor, who will give us a rundown of what our activities will look like in from Wednesday, where the class will start properly, and also prepare our mind for what we are set to do. All right. Yes, thank you. Dr. Victor, are you there?
Hello, 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 hello. Can you hear me, Kelly?
Yes, now. Please, you can go on.
All right, good. So I want everybody to see my face as well. So excited to be here again, like I said, and please get used to the smile, okay? It is something I do to keep myself going. All right. I've had a lot of questions. I've seen a lot of faces of people I know, and I see that people have decided to give in their time to this, okay? Why some are still doubting? Yeah. So um, I just want you to stay with us. Um, Clear your mind and be ready to learn. Try to stay and listen to us every time we come up here. There's packed into this thing for you. I'll be honest with you. We are putting in like the wholeness, our totality into this particular thing just for it to work for you. So invest your time in yourself through us. That's what you're doing now. Okay, fine. So we have a lot of questions on the mind of people, and I want to tell you this. So quickly, it's something that is so much on my mind that's guiding our the way we organize this thing. Statistics, I think from MIT says that the average completion rate for online courses, massive open online courses, are usually like 5 to 7%, and general online courses are like 10 to 20%. Meaning that most cases people don't finish online courses. Like 80%, 90% of people don't finish. Now, so it's not something uncommon to see that people start online stuffs and they don't. You know, if you look at it very well, what we got used to, I mean, the whole online thing started, I mean, became very popular when COVID came, and then we've been doing like a lot of that. I mean, I know we've been learning before online, but became very rampant, right? So some of us are still trying to adjust to that system, but I believe me, you, this is the way to go. Why some people are still searching for physical classes, you'll be doing a lot of yourself, a lot of harm than good by trying to stick with that old method. That said, it is left to you to actually stay to learn. But beyond that, okay, so I'll be sharing my screen now just to give you a run through of the program and all the things that we have put in place to make this thing work for you. Like I said, we are really ready to impact. We're not here to waste our time. Okay. So we are not here to waste your time. Believe me, we are here for you to give in all our best, right? So you want to try your best to give us that chance to do that. Okay. So again, clear your mind, be ready to learn, and be ready for a transformational experience. I must tell you this, it is actually something that will change your minds about so many things and position you for a global stage. Okay. We position you for opportunities. All right. We are on the journey and I want you to go with us. Okay, fine. So quickly, let me see if I can share my screen so that you stop looking at my face. All right. Yes. Here we are. Loading. If you can hear me clearly, just type in the chat box. I can hear. Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. Good. If my skin, I mean, is not very clear, just let me know. If you need me to zoom out of something, yeah, loud and clear. Thank you very much. So, um, I'm using PDF, right? So I just want to have a quick run through. So this is like the run through of the whole program, the curriculum and the likes. So for the question the person asked the other time, somebody asked, are you going to be installing? What are you going to be installing? So every week, so the program is arranged this way, that every week we will share with you what you need to do beforehand. Now, today is Saturday, which is the first class. The first main class where you be taught things like the tools will start on Wednesday, okay? So on Wednesday, you'll be starting with Excel. So what we expect is for you to have a run through of what Excel is. Expect a video or a link to videos that would help you with that. But at the same time, in the live section, your tutor in person of Binoni Academic, I think he's let me quickly run through that if he's yes on this list, if we have it there, yeah. So you can know the person who you're expecting. This is me, and this is one of us. These are the facilitators. I'm telling you, we are from different environments. Now, this is the person who's going to be teaching you Excel. In terms of experience, he's been in the industry for a very long time. He currently works with Chevron, right? So it's going to be bringing wealth of experience here. So we are not doing just tools and theories, right? We're trying to bring in practical experiences into the stain so you can understand what we are doing and how you can easily apply the tools. Okay. Very shortly, I'll be bringing on my friend and colleague who also kind of explain to you how you can blend these tools with your current field. So we're talking about domain. So the idea is that data analysis could be done anywhere. So that skill you have in data analytics could be applied in any field, right? So we want to find a way to combine everything so that it will be very useful for you right where you are. So it's not about finishing the whole program and like you're trying to go get a job as a data analyst. No, think about it as an additional tool to what you have already. This will take your career up. Okay, it will increase your value in the market. So in the first week, we are dealing with Excel. So the link will be sent to you where you are to show you how to install Excel. So to answer the question the other person asked, okay, fine. So on the second week, we'll be talking about lookups and like, if you don't know anything about this, don't worry. If you're new, and also if you're advanced in the field, this is also for you. Like I said, so alongside all this other things, so we are having this on Wednesday, right? So it will be between between 7 and let's say 9 p.m. So we have about 2 hours to go through this, to run through this. Why we shifted it to 7 p.m. is because we considered a lot of people coming from work, settling down and all. We can't actually make it possible for everybody. You understand the idea? Some will be at home even earlier than that. So they would have even advised that we do it, let's say 6 or 5 p.m. Do you understand that? So we're just trying to find a common ground and find a very stable time for people. And that's why we'll be trying our best to make video recordings available. But the reason why the CEO said it earlier is that try as much as possible there. The experience you want to gain is actually very easy when you are there, you understand, to gain. So please, I mean, because how can you guarantee that you go back to it after the section? Once you missed one, and then you'll be thinking of 2 hours you want to spend on trying to watch the video. And it's not just watching, it's practicing. So multiply by 2.5, meaning that if it's a 1 hour video, you'll be spending, let's say 2 hours, 30 minutes to actually complete it. Do you get that? So if you think about it, you realize that the best bet is for you to be there so that you can ask the question in class. There will be rooms for asking questions. So the idea is that there will be breakout rooms. After now, I think during the course of the week, we'll be splitting you into groups, right? Groups of 20. So you can easily chat with each other. You have facilitators on those groups who you can ask questions. So somebody asked if the training will just be only on 2 days in the week, like on Wednesdays, and I'll tell you why. Because you'll be trained, right? You will learn on Wednesdays and on Saturdays, but during the week you can ask your questions. You would be given assignments. You can relate with your colleagues. Facilitators will come in to come and train you, or let me say, help you to answer some of the questions. But it won't be a general section again. It will just be like you just asking questions, dropping your questions on the group. Okay, so be ready to be engaged all through the week, right? And like I said, it's going to be a transformational thing for you. Okay, so on Saturdays, we'll be giving you another section. So it's like on Wednesdays, we'll be treating Excel and SQL, but we start with Excel. So every Wednesday, you're coming for Excel lecture, and it's going to last like 5 weeks, after which you go to SQL. But along the line also, alongside that, you'll be teaching or be learning Power BI. So meaning on Saturdays, we'll be starting Power BI. So on Wednesday, which is coming Wednesday, we start with Excel. The Saturday of that same week, we'll start with Power BI. So in case you have learned Excel and you think you're good to go, not to say you should skip this, right? Don't skip any class because you've been there, you think you know everything now. There's no point, please. You want to go there and you want to see what is going on there. It's an opportunity for you to even refresh, okay? So Power BI class will start. So we are doing both hand in hand, right? We are teaching 3 major tools, right? And then beyond that, we're doing what we call employability section. We're trying to position you for the market. See, some people would land roles, perhaps you're still searching before the end of this program. I'm not trying to prophesy here. I'm telling you, if you give it time, because what we're going to be exposing you to. Also, if you have been in the industry for quite a long time and you want a shift in your career, you want to be available, especially on Saturdays. Like I said, on Wednesday, be there to kind of brush up your tools, your skill set, and all. But out of these 3 things, we have like 3 most important. Let me put it this way: the mindset, the tool set, and the skill set. You're here to learn the tools: Excel, SQL, Power BI. You gain the skills by practicing and using it to solve real life problems. So through the projects, you're beginning the skill set. Okay. Now the mindset is something we don't get to teach. People don't teach in most what's it called boot camps you will attend. And this is something that is key. In fact, it's the most powerful of all of them. This is where you land in a role sits in. Because if you don't believe in yourself, if you have a faulty mind, you won't even believe in your ability to try. And some people are here already doubting, can I do this? Will I be able? It's your mind. So you have to start dealing with that already. So I have something to talk about that, because I know this is completely free, right? But your mindset matters. People don't pay attention. Like, I'm going to read out to you. People don't pay attention to something they don't pay for. So when people don't pay, they don't pay attention. People who pay attention. People who pay more attention. And this is the idea. You've not paid anything. Perhaps, okay, fine. So let me put it this way, that you paid whatever fee you paid. Don't look at the value of this from that, because I think people attach a lot of importance to how much they pay for something. So they believe that measured by the cost in terms of the monetary cost. Beyond this, I want you to see that there's more we're putting into this for you. Okay. And then, like I mentioned earlier, that there's low completion rates. You want your case to be different. So you have to make up your mind. So how do you do that? You need to find purpose attached to this particular thing. What are you trying to do? If you don't like your situation right now, you're going through something, this is an opportunity for you to change that. I won't sugarcoat anything for you to say that you will land a job in the next 1 week, 3 months, 6 months. It won't be the same for everybody. Some might even be on this journey for the next 2 years and they are not actually doing so much with this. Okay. And some would land their roads shorter. Your journey will be different. But what I'm trying to say is attach purpose to this thing. If you really want to change your situation, if you really want to use the skill, be ready to pay attention. Forget about anybody annoying you in class or anything. Just focus on what you want to do. So if you didn't pay, what I do for myself is to attach something else. For example, buy yourself maybe a new laptop or a gadget, a device, pay for that subscription. Do something that will want to make you come to class because you know you have paid for this. Like I said, imagine what you will get after now if you're able to learn the skill. And I understand the Nigerian space, right? I know about the availability for jobs and vacancies. I can understand. It's not the same as the Western world here. Okay, fine. But again, you can position yourself differently, because what I'm going to be sharing with you in this section, I mean, throughout the Saturdays, will be how to position rightly. Like I said, you have 3 opportunities to actually change things or start making use of the skills you're going to be learning here. The first is that you teach others. The second is that you learn a role. And the third is that you consult, you build your stuff, you freelance. Okay. So we're going to be teaching you how to position for any of those things. And then to build a career that is that will withstand all weathers, meaning that no matter what is happening, the technology shift that is maybe going around now, I want you to understand that once you start to build some key things, right, and you start to lay the stones for the foundation for that future, I'm telling you, your career will be fortified. So somebody said, oh, AI is here and it's going to take our job. Again, that's for the people who are not growing. So we're going to be classifying them in diverse pattern tone. data analyst 2.0 and data analyst 1.0. 2.0, those who will continue to increase their skills, upgrade themselves, upskill and learn. 1.0, after learning this, they just go to rest. And I'm a data analyst now, so there's no point upskilling. That's not how it happens in the tech field. Okay, fine. Again, success is not the key to happiness. I want you to get that in case you're not happy. Yeah, happiness is the key to success. So meaning that if you love what you're doing right now, you are happy about it, you will be successful. So find something very important to you that you're attaching to this thing, that you know the results, you understand, will wow you and you'll be happy about it so that you can love it. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow is our doubt of today. All right, please don't doubt what you can do. Don't doubt the classes. I will tell you this, even if you pay 10 billion pounds, I don't know how much is that is to you. If you pay that, it doesn't mean, it still doesn't matter. If you don't take it serious, you won't take it serious. I must tell you this, I've been to about 10 boot camps personally. So at least to an extent, I've experienced these things, and I can tell that what we are bringing in is not something you find easily out there. Okay, like it was trying to say, oh, we pay a lot outside here. Yeah, I know of people who paid £1,000 to learn for just 3 months. If I share with you my personal website, just visit victoradekunle.com and book a section. You will see the price there. I charge £200 for 1 month. You understand that? So we are bringing all that into this for you for free. Okay, please stay there and value the opportunity we have here. We are bringing to your doorstep. Like I said, your mindset is important. You're going to be learning the skills and the tool set. Right. Be committed. So every Saturday, we're going to be having a section to show you how to do some things. Quickly, I'll run through that. So like I just left it on this first screen. Excel is not the only thing we're learning. Like I said, Power BI and SQL. But let me share with you other things that will be very, very important. So I'm just going to be reading them out to you for you to understand. So we would teach you how to utilize LinkedIn, because so many of us probably in Nigeria don't use LinkedIn, right? But outside the world, all over, I think LinkedIn is actually very, very important. I've gotten all the jobs I've done in the UK through most of the jobs in the on LinkedIn, and that place is like a gold mine, right? So you want to start from day one. This is something I'm telling you we are including right now. I'll be wrapping up very soon so that I can bring on the next person. So we'll be bringing something we call LinkedIn optimization. Your profile optimization is actually very, very important to this journey. Okay, so from day one, we're not waiting till the end of the program before we start doing that. From the beginning, please be ready to follow the instructions we're going to be giving you, and trust me, this thing will change a lot of things for you, really, to transform your career. Perhaps you have learned data analysis somewhere before and you're not getting the result. This is where the result lies. It's not just only the skills. Your mindset is very important, your tool set, your skill set, yes, then your profile. What profile do you have out there? Remember the book, Key Person of Influence, Daniel Priestley. It says those 4 things that you need to know about. Okay, is your pitch, right? Your product, okay, your profile and partnership. Those 4 things. So what profile do you have there? What can you say about yourself? Your pitch, right? What product are you pushing out there? How can you solve problems for people? And who are you partnering with? LinkedIn embodies those things for you. So we're going to be showing you step-by-step guides to optimize your LinkedIn profile, tips to creating a compelling summary and headlines. If I can share some screenshots with you because of your time now, you see how recruiters reach out and say, we saw your profile, it is lovely, we want to employ you, we want you, and all the stuff, right? We want to help you to get to that stage as well. We teach you strategies for engaging with industry professionals and groups. Then we help you to align your CV with your LinkedIn profile. So the next day, which is week 3 now, so that is happening on the second week, which is next Saturday. We're going to be sharing that with you just in a 1-hour section. So you want to be there, okay? Like I said, you do all the learning, but if you are not positioned rightly, you won't get the results. Okay, fine. So your CV, key element of a strong CV, we'll be sharing that with you. Tailoring your CV to a data analyst role. You want to understand that common mistake to avoid in your CV, live review of participant CV. So we will want somebody to volunteer, right? We want to help you to review your CV. So we probably will make a very live example of how to do that, to transform your CV. Then we're going to be doing mindset restructuring. Let me tell you this. A lot of us are actually sitting on mountain of values, right? We think we lack a lot of skills. We have so many things and so much in us that we are hiding, right? You need somebody sometimes to show you, because you are too familiar with yourself. You don't see this. All right. So you need your mind to actually shift from what you're focusing on. Stop focusing on your lack and start focusing on what your uniqueness is. Okay. There's this TV program I was watching yesterday from my daughter, and the theme of the lyrics was talking about the fact that you are 1 in a million. Nobody is actually going to be acting your role. If you don't act now, nobody is taking your place. Your place will be vacant. Okay, so you have to trust in yourself and believe in yourself. It's not about being perfect, but that thing you have is something somebody else needs. So again, as you are right now, the first thing I will ask you to do is go to your LinkedIn profile or whatever. From today, start calling yourself a data analyst. You don't become a data analyst when you land your first data role. You become a data analyst when you start analyzing data. And trust me, you've been analyzing data. Some of you will have to check Google, to check traffic before you step out. You analyzed data. Trust me. Some of you have to check the weather to be sure you need to go with an umbrella. You analyzed data. You got that information from the weather, and that's why you're able to know that, okay, it's going to rain today. Let me step out now, or let me get an umbrella. Do you get that? So we've been analyzing data. Perhaps we are not using Excel or the other tools to do them. Okay, so start calling yourself a data analyst from now. Embody it. Become. Don't wait till we teach you. Become first, then you're going to achieve that. Okay, we're going to teach you how to overcome common psychological barriers, self-doubt, imposter syndrome. You need to develop your mind around what you're doing. And we teach you strategies to help you stay motivated and focused, especially when you're searching for jobs. In the UK, yeah, we call that a love letter. When you get love letter, rejection email from recruiters, so those things weigh many people down. Okay, so we'll be showing you that alongside your teaching, like I said, the learnings, the Excel, the tools, and all. We are teaching your mind. We are training your mind to be able to embody this and get the result. Okay, then we show you on the 5th week interview preparation, where you run through the overview of common interview formats and questions in data analytics. Again, you use the STAR method. I'm sure some of us are conversant with it, but how to actually use it in this data space. We show you tips for technical interviews and case studies, right? How to interview, what to do to come out triumphant when it comes to interviewing. Okay, I'll be sharing like a framework with you, how you can approach each interview questions, and then you still get the best mark at the end. Then we do like mock interviews, and then we give you feedbacks. Then portfolio. In the tech space, especially as a data professional, you need a portfolio. So we're going to be teaching you the importance of a strong portfolio, okay, in this field. Your portfolio, the example of impressive portfolio project, live review of maybe portfolios from some of us here, right? Then networking. We show you the importance of networking, okay, how to do that both online and offline, how to effectively use the network and the platforms, also building and maintaining professional relationships. Those are things we're going to be sharing with you. So it's actually a whole lot we are putting into this. Like I said, this will not be only useful for data professionals. It's going to be useful for whoever. If you're in any career, you can use this particular skill, you understand, to transform your career in the next 3 months. Okay, so you're going to be activating things that you've been ignoring. Then we be on smaller groups, like I said earlier. So from those groups, you can actually do some things to build your profile, to get feedbacks, and also to do what we call discussions. That would help you, because as a data professional, you need the ability. We teach you other skills the 9th week, and then we're going to be doing on the 10th week, we're going to be doing like the question and answers and some other secrets that would help you to really take this up on to the next level. And so right now, I think Mr. Anthony should be ready to come up. We have only 40 minutes to go. I think he's just going to share some things with us about the field data analytics, domain knowledge, and then domain expertise, and how to just bring in what you've been doing before into this. Because to be honest with you, you're not starting afresh. You have a skill that is needed in this field, transferable skills, domain expertise, and all sort of thing. So it's going to be taking you through that journey in the next 30 minutes. And from after which you can ask your questions. Perhaps we would borrow some time from you if he's unable to finish that, or maybe we'll push it to the next what's it called, the next section, the next class. So Mr. Anthony, if you're there, we love to like I said again, we are you fully, please. But allow Mr. Anthony talk, and then after that we can answer your questions. Thank you very much. Mr. Anthony, please take it over from there.
Right.
Stop sharing.
All right.
That's fine.
Hello. Thank you, Mr. Victor. If everyone can hear me, please just type yes in the chat, in the chat box. If you can hear me, type yes, please. All right, good, awesome. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm Mr. Anthony Chilaka from Vividex.
And I'm here to tell us on what we need to know. I call it data literacy. What we need to know to start off on this journey. So I'll just share my screen now. And once you can see my screen, tell me if you can see my screen. Okay, good. Awesome. So data literacy. We're bringing it to you from Tech in Transit and Vivid Explorer. So now at the end of this session, we are going to know about what is data, types of data analysis, and the 3 skills. The 3 skills which we just heard Doctor talking about, that is what we're going to wrap up. So the first thing, what is data? We've heard that data is all around us, and we're just told now that we should start calling ourselves data analysts from day one. We should not wait until the end of this session before we can tell or call ourselves data analysts. So data is all around us, which makes data literacy an essential life skill. It is a skill that empowers you to ask the right questions about data and choose the right tools to read, interpret, and communicate data. Examples of data, your bank transactions. You know, when you want to understand where the whole 1,000 naira or where the 5K you have in your account has gone to, you're analyzing data. Phone call records, when you want to check that you're spending so much money on call records, you're analyzing data. Many of us have Netflix, YouTube, those who are into gaming, PlayStation Network, you know, when you want to go through or you want to know what game you're going to play, you're analyzing data. Browser history, these are all data. Now, data literacy, what is the importance of data literacy? In the 1980s, it was all about computer literacy, you know. Then the Millennium Bug. How many of us can remember that far back Millennium Bug? If you can remember Millennium Bug, just say bug in the chat room. For those of us who are around when they say Y2K, that the whole world is going to end, you know. Okay, good, bug. Okay, good, bug. Yeah, some of us remember Y2K, yes. So that was the internet literacy. And right now we're in the age of what is called the data literacy, when we have to understand what data is. There's so many talk about data privacy and all that. So it is important that we know data. It is important we know how to interact with data. And it is also important for us to know what we can do with data. So the definition of data literacy is that data literacy can be defined as follows. It is the ability to read, work with, analyze, and communicate insights we get from data. And the 3 main components are here. You read data, you work with data, and you communicate your insights. Now, as a data analyst, when you're in the field, you're going to be given data sets in different forms, dirty data, clean data, but data normally comes very, very dirty. So you need to be able to read that data, understand the data, know what kind of data you're working with. Then you now get to the stage of analyzing it. What tool are you going to use in analyzing it? You know, now as a data analyst, take it from us all you have heard today. All you need is your 3 basic tools: SQL, Excel, and a visualization tool, that is Power BI. These 3 things and you're good to know. Now is not the time for you to be hopping from one tool or the other. No. Now is the time to focus on these 3 things which has been packaged in this bootcamp, and you're good to go. Reading data, That is, identify the relevant data sources, collect the data, and then you manage the data which you have collected. Working with data. As a data analyst, like I said, these three things, SQL, Excel, and Power BI. There is something that someone once said. His name is Deval Patel. He said, Power BI is Excel on steroid. So focus, commit to yourself to stay till the end of this program. Do not look at the amount you paid. Rather, look at it. Value our time. The CEO said something. You should show respect for the time that every facilitator is putting into this and show up. Just
your
like
slide is not showing.
My slide is not showing.
I mean, as you're moving around, the slide is not changing. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So we're still on data literacy, it seems.
Oh, wow. Sorry about that. Just one moment. So you can see this there, right? Working with data and analyzing data.
Yeah. Can you move it now to be sure that it's moving along with you?
Okay. Did it move now?
Just use your arrow keys can also work for that.
Yeah. I just did that. And
okay, good.
It moved, right? Communicating insight with data.
Good.
Can you see?
Again? Yeah.
All right, good. So communicating insight with data. So finally, no insight is valuable if we don't know what to do with it. That's the main purpose of communicating, because we as human beings, we are moved by sight. When we all get into the industry, you get to realize that the project owner is not bothered about how much time you put into the particular project you're working on. All they just want to understand why their revenue is dropping. And at the end of the day, it is your work as a data analyst to be able to show in pictures, in bar charts, in pie charts, in histogram, in whatever visuals you choose, your ability to be able to pick the right visuals for the particular problem you have at hand. That is what makes you a data analyst, not the number of tools you have learned, not the number of programming languages you've been able to learn. If you need a particular programming language, no, it is your ability to be able to interpret those insights into your final deliverables. Now, data sources. Now we have so much data sources available, and they are broken down into the following four. You have your broken down into two. There is open data and internal data. Open data are publicly available data. Bureau of Statistics, like for us who are in Nigeria, Bureau of Statistics is a source of open data. The next one is internal data. That is customer data, transaction data, website data, and survey data. These are all examples of internal data. Now, the journey I'm taking us on is the journey of data literacy, so that you will understand that data is all around you. We will all understand that this is what we need to do with data and how we can work with data. Now, common types of data. During the course, when we start the Excel class and the Power BI class and the SQL class, you get to realize that there are some kind of data, structured data and unstructured data. Now, structured data is data that is in tabular form, comes with rows and columns. You deal with so many of them when you're doing your Excel session. Unstructured data, these are data that has no predefined structure. Because of that, more processing is necessary before these types of data can be used in analysis. Unstructured data are normally stored in document databases, while structured data are normally stored in relational databases. Now, we now have quantitative data and qualitative data. Quantitative data describes something numerical, that is, it can be measured or counted, like the distance between your home and your place of work. Now, qualitative data is something that is categorized, that can be observed, like the color of one's eyes. That is qualitative data. So unlike quantitative data, qualitative data gives us statistics and measures, you know. So for instance, you can calculate average length, but you cannot calculate average color of something. So that's the marked difference between quantitative and qualitative data. Now, as a data analyst, remember I mentioned that that in the real world, the data set you work in is going to be very dirty. Bulk of the time you're going to spend is on cleaning up data, you know. So there are common problems with data. That data is dirty, data errors. Data error sometimes occurs when you're moving data from, let's say, there's what is called on-premise. When you're moving from the on-premise system to the cloud, you know, there would be problems in the pipeline. There's what they call data pipeline. You all get to understand all this down the line. So data errors could occur from that. Change in currency, you know, when whoever works on the data is moving the data from dollars to naira, you know, you see some columns so you need to sort all that before you start working on your data set. You could have problems with missing data. Communication is key, in the sense that you need to go back to the owner of the data set and tell them that, okay, we have so and so rows missing, and this is going to, and if you have close to 60% rows missing, you have to go back to drawing board and tell whoever is the owner of the project that this is going to affect our sample because the pool is already compromised. 60% of the data is missing. And that is what is going to bring the consequences of your data problem, which is bias and wrong analysis. So types of analysis, when we're talking of data analysis, we have descriptive analysis, which focuses on summarizing and visualizing data. That is the types of analytics that can be done. And this goes to answer the question, what is happening? That is the variables, what variables and the characteristics of interest, you know. A company will say their transactions is going down. So they want you to carry out a descriptive analysis to say what are those parameters responsible for dwindling revenue. Exploratory data analysis. That is the exploratory data analysis, EDA. You know, often it is contracted with hypothesis testing. That is, it goes to answer the question, what is the most common value? You know, it combines different techniques to gain a comprehensive picture of the data, including basic descriptive and most advanced technologies such as cluster analysis to find groupings. You know, that is a type of data analysis. Then you now have diagnostics analysis. That is potential cause of events or reason for behaviors. You know, while diagnostic analysis can provide evidence for possible causes, it can be tough to prove that there is an actual causal relationship. That is, why is this happening? That is the diagnostics analysis. Predictive analytics, that is future events. In the banking sector, they want to know, a lot of loan apps now are coming up. When you default, you now come back and you're now told that you cannot be given a particular loan, or the loan that you applied for is reduced. It's because of the predictive analysis. The system has already classified me as one who is prone to defaulting. Or when you want to apply for loan and they say profiling, that is the predictive analysis. That is what it says. What will happen? It goes to answer the question, what will happen? Now, the 3 skills, which we have been talking about. 2 skills. Doctor said something about 2 skills. Now, I want to beg to as many of us who are on this program, you will be tempted to focus so much on the Excel, the Power BI, and the MySQL that you'll be taught. But remember something that Dr. Adekule said. He said 3 things are going to be taught. Going to work on your mindset. That is the next one, which is the soft skill. You know, your mindset. You should be able to communicate, emotional intelligence, your adaptability, problem solving, leadership skill, teamwork. You're going to be grouped into team. You start now. If you're not a team player, start now to be a team player. You know, many of us are thinking that domain expertise, what we know. Look, even if you're from whatever domain, you get to understand that a data analyst can perform different functions in different domains. We're getting there. But just know that that domain knowledge of yours can be transferred. Soft skill, transferable skill, can be transferred to your present role now, this present transition you're trying to make into data analytics. And the final one, your mindset, your networking skill. Now, your hiring manager on your street may not know that you are good in A, B, and C if you do not put yourself out there. But a hiring manager in New York, Dr. Adekule, who is in UK, would know what you can do, you know, because you have put yourself out there on LinkedIn. My dear people, this next 12 weeks, if you're a keyboard warrior, for those who know what keyboard warrior is on Twitter, you know how to rant on Twitter, you know how to rant on TikTok. Do yourself a favor, pause your TikTok time, your Twitter time this period. Let LinkedIn be all you drink, sleep, and do. Start now to optimize your LinkedIn page. Look at LinkedIn pages of people who are already in the industry. Do what they do. Copy smartly. Start documenting your learning. Today, you can go and say, I was on so and so program today, and this and this and this is what I hope to learn during the course of this week. You start taking note. I'll tell you something. I met Adekule, Dr. Adekule, on LinkedIn, and now we talk. If we don't talk, we talk at least once in 2 days. That is how powerful LinkedIn is. And look at me here now, presenting, you know, an introduction of this program. It is through LinkedIn. LinkedIn is powerful. LinkedIn is powerful. I am a freelancer on the other side. Part of my gigs I've gotten through LinkedIn, you know. So pause your TikTok time, pause your Twitter time, pause your Netflix time. Let LinkedIn be all you eat, drink, and sleep for the next period. Now, document your learning, like I said. Be genuine, show genuine interest. You know, when you show genuine interest, believe you me, do not go for likes. Now is not the time to start looking for likes. LinkedIn is not Facebook. LinkedIn is where your potential hiring person will just save your post. You will not know, you will not be notified that he has saved your post. But when the time is right, they would reach out to you. We are in a world where it is show, don't tell. Show, don't tell. Please type show on the chat box. Show, don't tell. It's not about I can do this, I can do that, I can do this, I can do that, and nobody is seeing that you can do it. That is the age we're living in now. Show, don't tell. Now, 80% of jobs do not get on job boards. This is Forbes. So what it tells you is that you have more chances of landing a job if you do the right thing, if you show, if you take networking serious, if you take this mindset thing serious. if you take your soft skill, your transferable skill serious, improving on them serious, and then your two skills, a combination of these three things will land you that job you're looking for. Now, the final, in summary, domains and functions. The 5 main domains are FMCG, fast-moving consumer goods, automotive industry, the banking industry, healthcare, insurance. These are the 5 domains. So all of us who are here, if you've been working or if you're planning to move, you will fall into any of these domains. And you can function as either a sales analyst in any of the domains. You can function as a sales analyst either in the FMCG, automotive, banking, healthcare, insurance. You can function as a marketing analyst in any of these 5 domains. You can function as a HR analyst, people analyst, whatever it is called. Here it's called HR analyst. Abroad it's called people analyst. When you're talking of inclusiveness and all that, to when they're trying to understand why the company is having churn analysis, all that, you can function as a HR analyst. You can function in the supply chain, value chain. So many of you, one of the things you should research upon now is e-commerce. E-commerce. I'll give an example of what an e-commerce company is. Kunga is an e-commerce company. They do not have shop outlets in every state, but they have a platform. Amazon is an e-commerce company. Jumia is an e-commerce company. You can be a supply chain analyst on this. You can be an e-commerce analyst, for Kunga, which is into supply chain. You can be a financial analyst. You can be a financial analyst in any of these domains, either on FMCG, automotive, banking, healthcare, insurance. Now, I'll tell you something for free. Healthcare is one area that is opening up to an analytics, because a lot of areas need to explanations as regards the healthcare, giving healthcare to the elderly and all that. So, in summary, there's a whole lot that you can do as a data analyst. So I have come to the end of my talk. I hope I have not overshot the time given to me. Thank you very much, everyone. So, Dr. Victor, over to you.
Thank you very much, Miss Anthony. Thank you very much for that section. It was very precise and no time wasted at all. Great presentation, like they said. Yeah, because we have a lot to share. If you can hear me, please just say Tech in Transit, type Tech in Transit there, okay? And as part of what you can do to yourself, starting from now, is for you to start making posts on LinkedIn. This is not only to trend Tech in Transit. Like I said, we're going to be breaking you into groups and all. So from next week, you'll be on those groups, and you can from there start LinkedIn. Okay, they're asking for your LinkedIn handle, Mr. Anthony. I think you can just share that on the chat now, and then we get them across to you. Quickly, I think, thank you very much. If you have questions, okay, I don't know if I will do well with reading, but if you can't speak, you can type. But if you have questions, just do raise up your hand so we can start addressing that. And if you can still see me, that's fine. Quickly, if you have questions, just what's soft copy? Okay, so all this will be sent to you to your email after now. So we're trying to just include some other facilitators that are not there. So we'll be making the necessary changes, and we get them across to you. As promised by what's it called, this is an opportunity for you to meet your the faculty lead, the facilitators, and then we get the profiles across to you, so we understand where they're coming from, and their experience in the domain, and it's to show that we are from different domains. I mean, and then we we are here to actually give you a wealth of experience from different fields. So the idea is that you can easily relate from supply chain, fintech, insurance, banking, finance. And for me, I've been in different spaces. Okay. I've actually gone through different diverse roles, worked as quantitative analyst, a data analyst, a data scientist, and I think by next month I'll be resuming another role as a data engineer. So it's actually a whole lot for you to unpack, you understand. And yeah, so we also send the curriculum to you, so meet your facilitators and all. Yeah, and like I said, they're bringing wealth of experience from different fields and different let me say domains, different environments, from Nigeria to the UK, Portugal, and all sort of things. So I think so it could be all around. So I don't want to believe that the people here are only from Nigeria or from the UK. I want to believe we are from anywhere, any part of the world. So we find a common ground, and we can really work out things for us. So if you have questions, please do raise up your hand, and unless we've clarified, we've cleared your doubts and all. So quickly, let me see. All right, so I can see questions. Let me quickly run back to the curriculum. So in case you want to feed on that, but I think there's, like I said, we're going to be sending it to you. So we have them broken down into weeks from Power BI, and then you have projects in between, you have assignments, and through which we're going to test your, let me say, okay. Okay, please, let me, I think the questions are moving very fast, so I need to quickly run back to the questions. And then we have SQL. We're going to be sharing some other materials for you for extra learning. I mean, trust me, no one can teach you everything, but we give you what you need to start. And in fact, what you need to advance, because we have broken down all this training into like 3 different levels: in beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So somebody is asking question. All right, I don't know if I can. Do we have the facilitator on ground? Let's say Tech in Transit. If you're on ground, please, while we're waiting, if you can help us unmute people so that they can speak. And let me see if I can call Mr. Samuel Abiodun Adetola. I think you are the first here. Can you unmute yourself and speak, sir?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
This is a good delivery, and honestly, I enjoyed every bit of it. Actually, I'm an accountant by profession, and carefully listened to the lecture. That's why I say it's a good delivery. My question, straight to the point. Like you rightly said, you're going to send us the curriculum, then the activities, and how soon can we get that? That's number one. Then number two, in terms of the assessments, how is it weekly assessment or quarterly assessment, so that one can actually assess himself or herself how far he has understood the whole process? That's all the question I want to ask.
Okay, fine. The assessment is dependent on the curriculum per time, meaning, for example, if you're on Excel at the moment, you'll be having some assignments, right, to deal with. That's part of the assessment. So you go home to solve some problems on your own after you've been taught in class. And then we have projects. Project are what you display in your portfolio. This will form part of the assessment. Now, why it will be easy is because we are on smaller groups. So you have facilitators on those groups who would actually be checking the assignments. We encourage interaction, and we'll be there to answer your questions. So assessment will be weekly, obviously, because we want to treat maybe let me say a particular level, like intermediate level, within a week or 2. So in that period, that same period, you've been having assignments, take-home assignments, or projects alongside. So let me put it this way: the assessment to be weekly, on weekly basis, right? And it's not something. I mean, we are trying to move away from this school thing where all is about just reading and then passing exams. You understand? The field we are is more about you showing what you can do. So it's about hands-on, full hands-on, right? I'm more focused on hands-on because that's how I check how good one is, not about what you can say, not even certifications. You get certificates at the end, yeah, that's fine. But doesn't it's not a proof that you know these things, right? Okay. And talking about how soon you can get this, I think let me say between now and Monday. The next class is on Wednesday, but we want to make sure that by Monday you are probably on the group. So we get that communicated to you very soon. But in fact, I think the only thing stopping us from sending this right away, we could have even sent it earlier because we want to include some facilitators and make few changes so that you have like a proper curriculum. At the same time, that we can be flexible with the curriculum as well. But we want to make sure that we give you as much as possible. Our fear, let me be honest with you, our fear is not to give too much now. I mean, we have so much to give, so much to teach. I mean, you can always go online and learn Excel. So we are not trying to replicate, I mean, the same thing. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel now. We're trying to show you how to practically do this and get the result that you're searching for. Okay, so that I think I've answered your question. By let's say today, tomorrow, by Monday, we should have gotten all this sent to you. But I want to believe tonight or tomorrow morning. But I don't want to overpromise here and then fail you. Or I said, all right. Okay, fine. So the next question, I mean, the next person, I can see Victoria Anagai here. If sorry if I hope I didn't murder the name. If you can unmute yourself, please speak.
Hi, good evening, sir.
Good
Um,
evening.
w- when Mr. Anthony was talking, I heard him call a domain FMCG, but I didn't really get the full meaning. That's my first question. And then the second question is he said something about LinkedIn being a networking platform. So, how does LinkedIn really work, and how do I really make use of the app? Thank you.
All right. So thank you very much for the question. So if you were listening to me, I said it in the next Saturday section. We always give a 1 hour section. So I think LinkedIn is the next thing we're going to be discussing. It's actually a gold mine, to be honest. Have you been on LinkedIn? Just go there. You see that you have an opportunity to connect with people. I think you have like 100 connects every week. So you can connect with people, or you start by beefing up your profile, making sure the profile is actually well optimized, very lovely to look. I mean, so that people connecting with you or people you want to connect with will know why you're connecting with them. They can see you have value to offer. So we'll go that into that. I mean, we'll drill down. All right. So that said, hold on, please. Excuse me. All right. Then you asked, okay, I want to say something now because the question you asked is something you could have Googled. So fast moving consumer good is what you're trying to actually ask about the FMCG, right? But like I said, one thing that we should learn immediately from here is that Googling skill. In the tech space, you don't need to know everything by heart. In fact, there's no point. Nobody would actually check you on that. I used to think coding is all about you trying to type all these things. That's what tech bro show out there. Like, please don't fall for that. So many times we spend time on Google trying to ask questions. Now we have ChatGPT, so you can easily go and ask one simple Excel function how to use this. So get used to Google. Start the Holy Spirit. Let Google be your best friend. Okay. And for also for the married people, I'm sorry, but like I said, the idea is just for you to actually get close to Google. Type it, let that thing be very close to you. Anything you don't understand immediately, if you are good at that, you are good to go in this industry. So get used to using Google very well. Okay, then any other person? Great, I've raised hand. Okay, so thank you, Becca. Please, can you unmute yourself?
Okay, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, can you speak out?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I think it's better now.
Okay, thank you very much. I just wanted to ask
You're welcome.
with regards to the group. I've not been added to any group. I just want to be certain that when are we all going to be added to the group for those that have not been added, before you start sending in the information so we don't miss any of the information. But I've not been added to any group at all.
All right. Again, like so don't worry, like everybody will be carried along. No group has been opened yet. You've not been added. The main group is still like the main group for everybody. You can access it. Also, this document will be shared or sent to your email, right? So you will get there very soon. All right. And as per somebody asking about SQL, if we're going to be installing all those things, we have made provision for that. So we're not just going to be jumping into the tools and not showing you how to install them. But what we can do to make it easier to save time is for us to share the documents with you before the next class. So the pattern I want to follow is that what we're going to be following is that for after, like, for example, after this Saturday class, we share an information with you, something that will prepare you for the coming lecture. So since the next lecture is Wednesday, we want to make sure that you have installed Excel, you have everything. Excuse me, thank you very much. T, okay. Yeah, so let me have the other seat on my lap. Yeah, so we have the next lecture shared with you, like the idea of what you're going to do next. Since you have the curriculum with you, all right. So the next thing is for you to prepare yourself. So like someone said, lovely idea. Yes, we know that you have to prepare. So get the what's it called, the tools installed before the class. So we send the link to you. In fact, we send you videos to watch on how to install them, maybe the interface or something like that. So we have a lot of resources to share with you. Our worry would be, would you go through them? Will you spend time to, you understand, to install and do all sort of things, so that, and then because you have some smaller groups, right? So in case you're struggling, you don't need to wait to the next class before you ask a question. You can just go ahead and, you know, ask. So then ask for help on the groups. Thank God some of our, what's it called, our facilitators are here already answering your questions. So be you're in good hands. All right. So anyone else? T, what do you want? So we have Olufumi Lola. Please go ahead, please. Can you unmute yourself?
He's actually answered my question. Thank you.
Oh, all right, you're welcome. Then we have Ido Babalola here. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Victor. I just want to ask, because of this installation, is there any particular configuration of laptop that one must have so that you can have a free flow when you are trying to operate this, when you are trying to work in this environment? Does you have any particular configuration for your laptop?
Well,
Capacity. Thank you.
I think basically any laptop that is probably running Windows or whatever, 2 gig and the likes. But you see, I don't want to go ahead of myself and start, going down that route. Okay. Yeah, so please just once you start, you try it yourself, and if you're not getting if you need help, you can always ask on the group, right? So I don't want to create doubt and start thinking some people are here who don't understand what we want to talk about here now, and then they're like, oh, can my laptop do? Some don't even have laptops already yet. So I think you will get to that once you get the link to install. Just try. I mean, basically we should have Excel installed on our laptops, which is the first thing. Then Power BI, yes, Mr. Anthony will show us how to do that before the class. They will send us the link. Like I said, you share all the documents with you. They will be shared on the groups, sent to you via email or on the main group. We try as much as possible to send those information like easily in a way that you won't miss out. We understand that people are busy, you'll be working and all, so you might not be able to catch up with the chats on the group. So it's your duty to do, but at least we'll still have kind of give you a backup, like something you can easily refer to. So be rest assured we do that. And then if you're on the smaller groups, you can ask questions, okay? That's why we are there for us to be able to help you as quickly as possible. So I don't know if there's any other question, because I can still see Oluwa Fumi Lola is still raising her hand. And if there's no question, please, we can actually wrap this up so that we can stop recording. And then for the people who did not attend, they can be able to. Okay, thank you very much for your time. And like I said, be rest assured and we are ready to impact as much as we want. I mean, what makes me happy is the result at the end of the day. So again, if you know some of us, the fear would be that we want to give so much and too much. So we were trying to make sure that we don't overload you with information and resources that will be too much for you to decide. Okay, I was making reference to a particular team the other time about my daughter's animation movie on Netflix, right? And I don't know who this is for, but I just feel that I ought to share with you. And I'm sorry if I would say that I want you to believe in God. For you who don't know about that, if you have any God to serve him, please. I believe I have a strong faith and I'm a strong believer. I'm a Christian, right? So I tend to pray about things I want to do. So commit your journey onto God's hands for you to be able to utilize the opportunity you have to cause a change in your life. Time is actually very, very important, right? So it's this particular, let me say, movie has a very, very beautiful lyrics. I'm going to read it out to you, and I would like to share it with you, like I said, and it's something that I feel the strong urge to do so that we can go on with this and then we prepare ourselves for the next lecture, for the information coming. Okay. Um, you are a unicorn, right? And you are very, very desirable and very difficult to find. I want you to start changing your mind and start believing in yourself. Don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt if you can finish, if you can actually go through this journey. Perhaps you tried before and it's not working. Perhaps you didn't finish school and you're like, oh, they need people who have degrees. I can tell you, you are something very different. You see, your story actually formed you, right? The pains you have gone through, the pains you had in the past it's actually very useful for somebody. This is what comes together to form how valuable you are, the value you have in yourself. So dare not look behind you. You have come too far. Let the tears you shed remind you of who you really are. For you who is actually in pain right now, Nigerian situation or the situation of the country you are, inflation is going off the roof, right? And you're like, oh, how can I undo this? Again, turn that, let me call it the tears now into the strength you have to actually follow through this journey. Everything you need is right inside of you, so don't doubt it. Turn the lights on, okay, and shine. Again, you are one in a million, like I said earlier, and nobody is going to play your part here. So you have to bring your wholeness into this to be able to get the results you need. You can actually find time if you really want to. Okay, you don't have to be perfect, just shine. You don't have to know everything. Again, you don't have to actually be super smart for you to be able to survive here. Just give it time. Spend time with it. Okay, and when you can't see rainbows and when you can't see the cloud, because everything is dark and everything is so difficult for you right now. You're like, can I do this? I want to tell you this. Even when your voice is breaking and you're like breaking in silence, for the men, yeah, I think we are used to that. Please let this be the core of your strength to break out from that darkness you are in right now. Utilize it. Like I said, I see this thing, it has transformed my life. You can see the tech skills, the analysis tools, and all these things we are doing here. So I want you to be able to get the same result. Also, even if you're a professional in your field, there's actually something you're not doing or you can do to make it better. Okay. Like I said, get up your feet and shine. Arise and shine. Thank you very much for your time, everybody. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much. Be ready to actually get more, be ready to receive more, and be ready to transform your life. Okay, I pray God will help us in Jesus' name. Sorry if I have to say that. I can't hide my faith. Sorry. All right, fine, 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 fine.